The year was 1429. France, once a proud and powerful kingdom, was teetering on the precipice of collapse. The 100 Years' War, a brutal and protracted conflict with England, had ravaged the nation for almost a century. French spirits were broken, their armies shattered, their lands laid waste. The English and their allies seemed poised for ultimate victory. Nowhere was the situation more dire than at Orléans, a strategic city on the Loire River. The English and their Burgundian allies had besieged the city, cutting off vital supply lines and threatening to sever the heart of France. Orléans was on the verge of falling, and with it, the hopes of the French nation. The Siege of Orléans was a turning point in the war. If the English captured it, they would control the Loire River, the gateway to the south of France. The Dauphin, Charles, was uncrowned and without a true capital. He was a king without a kingdom. The fate of France hung precariously in the balance. In this dark hour, a beacon of hope emerged from an unexpected source. In the small village of Domremy, nestled in the rolling hills of Lorraine, a young peasant girl named Joan would rise to answer her nation's desperate call. Joan of Arc was no ordinary girl. She was only 17 years old. She had never known the ways of war. Yet she possessed an unshakable faith in God and a profound love for her country. Joan claimed to hear voices, divine voices, urging her to take up arms and drive the English from French soil. These voices, she believed, were those of St. Michael, St. Margaret, and St. Catherine. They instructed her to seek out the uncrowned king, Charles VII, and convince him of her divine mission. It was an extraordinary claim, one that could easily be dismissed as madness or delusion. Yet, there was an unwavering conviction in Joan's eyes, a strength in her voice that commanded attention. She was determined to fulfill her destiny, no matter the cost. Joan's journey to Chinon, where the Dauphin was holding court, was fraught with danger. Undeterred, she convinced a local garrison commander of the importance of her mission. He provided her with an escort of soldiers and the attire of a young man, a necessary precaution in the brutal realities of war. Her arrival at Chinon was met with skepticism and doubt. The court was a place of intrigue and suspicion, where power struggles played out in the shadows. Yet Joan was unfazed. She looked upon the Dauphin with clear eyes and spoke with the conviction of a seasoned warrior. She declared that she had been sent by God to save France. She promised him victory at Orléans and a glorious coronation at Reims. Her words, imbued with the fire of divine inspiration, struck a chord with the desperate Dauphin. He agreed to provide Joan with an army and the resources she needed to lift the Siege of Orléans. Section 4. Liberation of Orléans. A turning tide of faith and courage. Joan's arrival at the besieged city of Orléans was nothing short of miraculous. Clad in shining armor and carrying a white banner emblazoned with the fleur-de-lis, she rode at the head of the French army, her presence igniting a spark of hope in the hearts of the weary defenders. The English, at first dismissive, soon learned to fear the Maid of Orléans. She was a whirlwind on the battlefield, leading charges, rallying her troops, and inspiring them to feats of unimaginable courage. Joan's strategic brilliance was evident in her tactics. She understood the importance of morale and used her own unwavering faith to inspire her troops. At the Battle of the Tourelle, she ordered her forces to attack a series of English fortifications. Despite being wounded by an arrow, she returned to the battle, her presence bolstering the spirits of her men, who fought with renewed vigor. The English, demoralized by the fierce French resistance and the seemingly invincible Joan, were driven back. The Siege of Orléans was broken. Section 5. Joan the Wounded Warrior, Courage Under Fire. The lifting of the Siege of Orléans was a turning point in the 100 Years' War. It marked the beginning of the resurgence of French fortunes. Joan, now hailed as a national heroine, went on to lead the French army to further victories, culminating in the coronation of Charles VII at Reims Cathedral. Yet her courage and conviction would ultimately lead to her downfall. In the Battle of Compiègne, she was captured by the Burgundians, allies of the English. She was handed over to the English, who put her on trial for heresy and witchcraft. The trial was a sham, orchestrated by her enemies to discredit both Joan and the French king she had helped crown. Yet even in captivity and facing unimaginable pressure, Joan's spirit never wavered. She faced her accusers with courage and dignity, her faith in God unshaken. Section 6. Legacy of the Maid, Joan of Arc's enduring significance. On May 30th, 1431, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake in the marketplace of Rouen. She was only 19 years old. Her execution was a travesty, a martyr's death that shocked even her enemies. But the flames that consumed her young body could not extinguish the spirit of the Maid of Orléans. She became a symbol of French resilience, a testament to the power of faith and courage in the face of overwhelming odds. Joan of Arc's legacy continues to inspire people around the world. She is a reminder that even the most ordinary of individuals can achieve extraordinary things when guided by faith and a belief in a cause greater than themselves. Her story is a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit, the triumph of hope over despair, and the unwavering belief in the possibility of a brighter future. Joan of Arc, the Maid of Orléans, was and remains a true icon of courage, faith, and unwavering dedication to one's country.